tab will allow us to use a continuous predictor such as cost in a Cox proportional hazard model or in an ordinal logistic model. There are benefits to using these two semi-parametric approaches with continuous level data. For this one, I run a Cox proportional hazard model on cost. And at step one, we want to choose a stratified or unstratified analysis. I'll start with the unstratified, and by stratified, we are stratifying on, in this case, an intervention variable, and this is to compare the effect of an intervention aimed at reducing costs. So we'll keep it as unstratified. Intervention is my variable in step 2, and we'll answer yes to the plots. And so we are returned with our partial effects plots, and they are on the original response scale, and these are in dollars. And if you were to look at the partial prediction plots from the Cox proportional hazard, we see that the effects point in different directions, and we have results on a log hazard scale. So let's go back to cost, and we have these values placed on the original response value, and we have the effects pointing in the directions that we would expect in other analyses. And we get this information through the mean and quantile functions in the RMS package. And now we're going to go with the stratified analysis so we can look at our plots below. But before we do that, let's look at our options for our partial effects plots. At number 1, the question is, do you want to plot the mean or a quantile effect? Above, we have the mean effect. Let's switch it over to a quantile. We'll start with the median. This is the 50th percentile. And we can increase that. Maybe we are more interested in looking at higher costing patients, so let's move that to the 75th percentile. Now, this is a small sample, so these plots will look odd compared to a much larger sample, but they are moving in an expected way. Let's go back down to the 50th percentile. And we also have the option of plotting a single partial effect. Click yes. We're looking at the intervention, but let's look at our total pass score, and we can plot those as well. And below that, we have a density plot, and this is to show how skewed the cost variable is. And let's go back to the very top. We'll stratify on the intervention type. Now it's stratified on intervention. And so our blue density curve represents our distribution for our treatment group, and the red represents the control group, or the non-intervention group. And I have some other plots. So I collected the effects from the 10th, 25th, 50th, 75th, and 90th percentiles. And it's important to note that these aren't effect plots, but these are just, this isn't a single effect that we look at over time or some other value, but these are five different values, and we are stratifying by the type of group, such as a treatment or a control group. So we see that over these different percentiles, we have different effects. And so we have the values listed below, and we also have the values for the mean effect.